Yeah. So that would do it for match week 4. We're going to move on to match week 5. And we're going to start with probably the biggest highlight of the week, the Derby della Madonnina. Honestly speaking, even for a neutral, fantastic game. Obviously, Milanisti are happy everywhere, but if you're neutral neutral in terms of like you don't care about either team in Serie A, fantastic game. It's what you want from a derby. So, Adri, take it away. The floor is yours. Talk about this game.
No, and you set it up. You set it up perfectly. I mean, even as a neutral, if you were, it's these are the games that you kind of circle on the calendar to say, hey, you know what, I'm going to watch this game. And I think the Derby della Madonnina is one of those derbies that's one of, if not the best in the world. And I'm not saying that because I'm a fan of one of the teams. It just from the tifo to the fans to the grinta on the pitch, the aggressiveness, the heart, everything. When there's goals, it makes it obviously a lot more exciting. You know, the back and forth, the comeback, the this, the that. You know, it's just beautiful. Two of our members, Amigo in Montreal, Vinny and Gio, his cousin Gio, we're fortunate enough to be at San Siro for that game with our good friends from Philadelphia, Dave and Angie, Presidente and the First Lady of Philadelphia. They got to, sit in beautiful seats and got to take this all in. So I'm happy that, our guys from the club were able to maybe give Milan a bit of good luck charm. And in terms of the game, like you said, Johnny, just a hell of a game. And I think it was everything that it was hyped up to be and more, because it's a shame when these derbies, they get hyped up all week, the game's approaching, and it's kind of like a 0-0 or maybe a 1-1 kind of lopsided, weird game, and it doesn't really live up to the hype. This game, I'm sorry, it lived up to all the hype. The goals that were conceded for Milan, or the first one, I think maybe just more of a brain fart. We have really modern center backs in Kalulu and Tomori, and they really press high. There's going to be those times where they're going to get caught out of position. Our midfield didn't really track back with their midfielder. Brozovic is a smart player. He's found the seam. He was able to get on a breakaway and put one past Magnan pretty early on. But I think the man of the match, man of the moment, man of the Derby della Madonnina. Obviously, guys, if you're living under a rock, check out the highlights. Rafael Leao. There was quotes saying, he's worth the ticket that you're paying for to see this guy play. He's just able to do all kinds of things on the pitch when he's on, because when he's off, he's a different player. But when he's on and he's in his mode, he's really that Serie A MVP caliber player that he was last season. So scores his first goal in the Derby della Madonnina, which was huge. He hadn't been able to do that in I think his 9 previous chances to do so. Not only does he score 1, he scores 2, and gets the assist on the Giroud goal as well. Just an incredible player. Again, another incredible player. I'm going to Giroud. He just lives for the Derby. I think it's now 2 seasons in a row. He's had his way with the Derby della Madonnina at San Siro. He's a big time player. Not only in club level, for international play too with France. He's a winner on all levels. So he brings that. He brought that last year. He's brought that so far this year, and he's had to really carry the burden and the load up top as the number 9 for this team so far. So just as a whole, Tonali, beautiful. De Ketelerde, all right. Could have done better in these past couple of games, but just an overall beautiful game. Couldn't really ask for much more. I was stressing a bit. It got close when Milan was able to kind of get a bit of a lead on the game. It seemed a bit more comfortable. Inzaghi's sub of Dzeko coming in, paid off well. He got that goal to kind of make it a bit closer in the 3-2. But I think Milan were able to see out the game, and from Pioli to the players on the pitch, to the guys who came off the bench, the fans behind them, because they were the home team in this match. it just all worked. It all worked, and it was all worth it. So yeah, I mean, besides all the all the bad that we kind of saw afterwards in terms of fans and chants and things of that nature that we'll probably get into a bit later, maybe with our cards and stuff like that. In terms of the game and in terms of the tifo, that was absolutely stunning. The Milan tifo, the Inter tifo was out as well. It's just amazing how they do these things in the curvas, and they get this thing up and really get behind the team. But yeah, I don't know. It was typical Derby della Madonnina fashion. The bit of the scrums, bit of the fire between both teams. One in particular, obviously that Theo Dumfries duel that they're going back and forth at each other on the flanks. Listen, I think many people are gonna point the finger at one player or the other. Listen, this is the derby. It's these things happen. I mean, I like when the ref kind of lets them play a bit, not get out of control, but lets them be a bit more physical, because these are the games that fans really want to see. But just like I said earlier on, disappointing in the last match day. The rebound in a big game on a short week, for one of the biggest derbies, in the world, and facing another top competitor for the Scudetto this year as well, getting the 3 points against the rival so early on is a great foundation, is a great stepping stone for games to come. And but I couldn't be more happy, because it all panned out well on the Milan side of things. For Inter, obviously a bit disappointing, but they're still there. I don't want to count them out. They have the quality. We all know that. But Milan was better on the day, and I think Milan fans around the world are definitely happy about that.
Yeah, because if you're Inter, you're this is your second loss of the season, and it's only 5 games in. It's not something that you'd like to see. It's because it's frustrating, because you actually got Lukaku back, and you want to kind of, let's say, push for the title again. Wasn't available for this game, but hopefully future derbies he'll probably be there, and it might be a different thing, because a player like him is impactful especially for this, and I think him too, like Giroud, would kind of live for these opportunities. Tonali also, from what I saw, had a phenomenal game. He deserves credit as well. If you're a Milan fan, you're excited because this core is doing very well, and hopefully it's going to be positive for things to come. Lazio Napoli. What can I say? Napoli just tends to have Lazio's number. Sarri just, he tries his best to beat his former club, and he can't. And I'm not disrespecting Sarri. Great coach. I think he has one of the better systems in the world. He just needs to obviously have the team for it, and that's his downside. It's like a Conte type of thing. You need to have the players for it, or else it's just not good. But going down 1-0 super early on, it was something I was like, oh, come on, not this again. Like, this is annoying. But Kim Min-jae gets a beautiful header in. He's got 2 goals already in 5 weeks, and I'm like, whoever picked him up at center back in their Fantas are just reaping the rewards, because center back goals or just defender goals in general are amazing.
Cha-ching.
Yeah. And Kvaratskhelia, just getting just scoring again. He's doing phenomenal. Beautiful. And he's paying dividends of basically showcasing another example of how De Laurentiis, as much of a cafone that he is, just has like this eye for good young talent, or getting cheap young talent, like
10 million for this guy.
Yeah, just getting
he's
players.
Has how many goals?
Yeah, that's the same amount that Napoli paid for Cavani back in the day.
Exactly.
They paid. Yeah, so. I'm not saying he's the next Cavani.
No, guys, we're not comparing.
No, but I'm just saying it's like how these big players, they're not usually. It's rare that Napoli will drop a huge dime on players, and unless prior to the biggest amounts were Osimhen and Lozano. Osimhen being 80-90 million, Lozano being 50 something. That's it in their entire history of the team. So it's good to see that these dividends are being paid off. It remains to be seen for tomorrow. Tomorrow, because like we're recording this on Tuesday night, so Napoli plays Wednesday afternoon for Champions League. So well, it's gonna be an interesting game, especially against Liverpool. But Klopp has never won in Naples for both Dortmund and for Liverpool, and also Klopp again Liverpool. Actually, Liverpool Napoli. Napoli's never lost to Liverpool in Champions League so far. So we'll see how that goes. Yeah, just the
Icorn, guys, put them up, please.
Yeah. So this time they had their full roster going. They had more or less all their starters, and they got the result against a really strong team in Lazio. I don't think Laziali should be too pissed off about this result. It was just Napoli just fielded the better team. Honestly, I don't really have much critiques to say about this game. I had to work in Ottawa that day, so I didn't get to see anything visually, unlike the Lecce game where it was a day off and I was able to see the whole game. So I can't give any critical analysis or response. But still, it's good to see the win. Keep yourself in the top four. And for a moment of time being in first, but then Atalanta just came and existed.
Well, they're in second, right? They're in second.
They're in second right now. They're tied because they're in second because of the differential
with Milan. With 11 points. So guys,
yeah.
They're right there. Everybody's right there. It's still early, but Napoli better on the day, I think, on the road, especially that little bit of a comeback against that early Zaccagni goal, Kvaratskhelia there. What's the song? Give me a ball, or from Georgia.
He plays on.
He came from Batumi. Yeah,
that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know the last line he plays on the wing. Yeah, but yeah, no, it's
on his back, and his name is Kvaratskhelia. Whatever, guys, you know the song. It's going all over. Just
we put it on our Instagram.
We did go check it out at the Calcio Guys. He's reaping the rewards so far, like Gianni said, and I've been pretty high on him this so far. I didn't think I would be, but prior to the season, I'll be honest, I didn't know what to expect.
Neither did I.
From a player I had absolutely I'm not gonna say I'm an expert, guys, but I had no knowledge on what. Like, I saw a little bit of the highlights. Yes, he looked good. He's an exciting young player, but there's so many players out there like that. To come from what he came from to a new league, like Serie A, that we all know what it's known for, it takes a lot. And he could have even had two. That pirouette goal that he ripped it off the post as well. It's moments like that he has that are just brilliant. So continue to look out for Kvara. So far, so good.